Bridge is a 500-metre-long double bascule bridge that crosses the Port River in Adelaide. The bridge was opened on the 14th of December 1940 by Governor Malcolm Barclay Harvey. It is a rare example of its type and is listed on the South Australian Heritage Register.
The Birkenhead Bridge was opened in December 1940 by the Governor of the time, Sir Malcolm Barclay Harvey. There was a big celebration. A lot of people wanted the bridge to be at Commercial Road, and that would give a direct line of access down from the city over to the Birkenhead side. But Captain Badams, who was the harbour master at the time, pointed out that if the bridge were here, the ships would be turning a bend and going through the bridge at the same time. A ship needs to be able to go in a straight line, to go through a narrow passage like a bridge, and by putting the bridge at St Street, they were able to get a straight passage. There was agitation for the bridge. There were lots of people living on the other side of the bridge as well as industry, and they needed to be able to get across to Port Adelaide. There was one other bridge, the Jervois Bridge, but it was getting congested, so they needed a second bridge. The bridge is 500 metres long. It's called a double bascule bridge. Now, bascule is a French word meaning seesaw. Each of the spans pivots and there is a counterweight. And by having a large counterweight to equal the weight of the span, it only needs a small motor to drive the bridge. And such bridges are pretty rare. A man sat in one of those two towers. He operated the mechanism for the bridge. When he got a signal from a ship that was approaching, they'd lower the arms to stop the traffic, and then he would raise up the bascules. Now that doesn't happen anymore. The bridge is open remotely, and you need to phone 2 hours beforehand. My favourite story of the bridge concerns, his name was Frank Shembry. He was a local lad, and he was in the army, a dispatch rider, and he was asked to deliver a message from the headquarters of the army in Adelaide to a ship at Outer Harbour, post haste. When he got down to the bridge, the arms were coming down. He put his head down, got under the arm, rode up the bascule as it was rising, flew across the opening, down the other side, and sped off to Outer Harbour. He got there just as the ship was leaving, but he got the message out to the ship. During the war, the army drilled holes in the supports for the bridge so that they could put explosives in there to destroy the bridge if the enemy got close to Port Adelaide. But that never happened. So I presume the holes are still there. I wonder.